Hello everyone and welcome to Red Hot Go, the show where I give you my first impressions of a piece of media recommended by you. This time by request of my Discord moderator 2K55 and my wonderful patron Jaman5, I will be giving Mob Psycho 100 a Red Hot Go. At first, it appears that the premise is about this kid who's really good at fighting monsters. The opening scene shows us that fighting monsters is no easy feat, and the exorcism of the headbutt ghost shows us that spirits are common enough in this world that even obvious frauds like Reagan can make a quick buck from them. The introduction and continuation of this premise expose one of the show's most interesting strengths and one of its most disappointing flaws. The interesting strength is, of course, the style. On top of having a nice minimalist approach to character design, we occasionally switch to these beautiful hand-painted shots, and it's quite unlike anything I've ever seen. The characters' minimalist designs mean that they can become extremely expressive when needed, and some characters, like the ones from the Body Improvement Club, have these wacky over-the-top designs that stand out among the others. However, the show's most annoying weakness is the tendency to tell instead of show, which is disappointing because as early as the first exorcism, we are shown that Reagan is a scam artist without having to be told, so the showrunners clearly know how. But when we're in the tunnel, the only way it is conveyed to us that the power level of the last monster is huge is that a character explicitly tells us. They could have shown this monster's power level in several ways, like having Mob's usual attack not work at first, but instead it's just explained to us like we're 5 years old. Now, anyone who has watched Red Hot Go before will know that I have a particular disdain for bland, emotionless characters. Every show I have covered that has one, I have either disliked or liked in spite of the bland protagonist. Mob is yet another emotionless character who delivers most of their lines in a monotone voice, so I hope you can appreciate how strange it is for me to say that I absolutely love Mob, and he is absolutely my favourite part of this show. I think what makes Mob work where so many other characters don't is just how earnest he is. Unlike Hotaro, who chooses to conserve his energy, or Sakata, who's a boring dweeb, Mob genuinely wants to enjoy life, and the level of expression he shows when he's outside of his comfort zone is amazing. While he's portrayed as an unstoppable force during fight scenes, he is incompetent in just about everything else. Which brings me to what I think this show is actually going to be about. From the ending of episode 1, I got the sense that this story was actually about Mob and his social development, making friends, building confidence, and making strides to becoming a better person. When I think about how this story could hypothetically play out, it gets me really excited to watch Mob grow as a person, and maybe even come to realize his self-worth enough to ditch Reagan the cheapskate bastard. So while the art style and general premise are interesting in their own right, it's Mob and his social development that makes me excited to keep watching and see where the story goes. So it probably isn't a surprise that from ice cold to red hot, this show gets a rating of red hot from me, and I cannot wait to watch more. And that is it for this episode of Red Hot Go. I'd like to thank my patrons, Orion Tran, Quincy Chamberlain, Jaman5, Shark, Data52, Nerxu, and Pixcalibur. If you want to see what's on my list of suggestions, there is a link for that in the description. Feel free to suggest another show, movie or game if you want me to give it a red hot go. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.